it takes strong, nurturing communities. As you know, it takes a village to play a role in preventing child abuse and neglect and promoting child and family well-being.
Yeah, getting involved is a big key.
Being aware, eyes open.
Indeed. Carrie Williams, he's Executive Director of Rainbow Fleet, joins us to talk about how to recognize child abuse and what to do about it. First off, the question is, what is child abuse? We know the bruises and that sort of thing, but there's other ways that we can recognize child abuse.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, there are lots of different types of child abuse, first of all. We've got the physical abuse that you would typically think about.
Easy to recognize.
Easy to recognize with the bruises and those types of things. But there's also sexual abuse and emotional abuse, and child neglect is a form of abuse. So there are lots of different types of ways children can be abused, and it really falls upon all of us as a community to recognize those signs.
What are some of the things we need to be aware of when it comes to recognizing these signs?
So with physical abuse, it can be pretty easily recognizable. There'd be bruises, a child who is kind of behind in development or regresses in behavior. As far as development is concerned, that can be a sign of physical abuse. If a child doesn't want to go home in the evening after childcare, that can be a sign of abuse. When it comes to sexual abuse, there can be kind of some behaviors that children exhibit.
Like they know about things maybe they shouldn't know about at that age?
Exactly, a little overly sexual and things that they know about that they really shouldn't know about. With neglect, it can be that they are starving when they get to childcare. You know, they immediately want food and they're always begging for food. They're underweight or their belly is distended. Those can be signs of neglect at home.
All right, so we recognize those things. I think the next part is probably the hardest, because how do we differentiate from kids? Look, boys are going to be boys, and as far as doing certain things, and girls are going to be girls. What do we do to take to the next level, reporting it or trying to seek more information from the child?
Well, I think the first thing is to be an active listener.
Okay.
To use language with children that they understand, speak to them with the vocabulary that they use, to talk to them if you suspect there might be a problem at home. Child care providers, anyone who suspects child abuse is legally required to report it. And we have a child abuse hotline that the Oklahoma State Department of Health has available. It's flashing right there on the screen. Anyone who suspects child abuse has a duty to report it.
Yeah, neighbors, friends, everything. And I think, I would imagine that it's better to be safe than sorry.
Absolutely.
Right.
Better to be wrong
Yeah.
and have reported something that just doesn't seem quite right than to have not reported it and then it end in some terrible tragedy.
Well, and neglect, I know, is a real hard one to recognize.
Yeah.
What would be some, as you said, obviously being hungry, and but like wearing the same clothes day after day.
Wearing the same clothes day after day, looking like they haven't showered, their hair isn't brushed.
The hygiene just...
Hygiene is just not there. They're overly clingy with a child care provider because they're not getting that love and support at home. And so those are all kind of one of those signs is not necessarily a symptom of anything, but when you have those multiple different symptoms present, that's when you really need to be concerned.
We had put that number on the screen. Can you call anonymously?
You can call anonymously and report.
You can call anonymously.
Yes, you can absolutely call anonymously, report anything that seems suspicious to you. The state will investigate, and they have a duty, just as we have a duty to report, they have a duty to investigate. So you want to be relatively sure that something is not right if you do call and report it. However, you definitely want to call and report if something seems wrong.
I know it's a serious subject here, and but I think we can go back to what Virginia was talking about, being happy, and this is what we're trying to do, is help kids get out of those situations so they can live a happier, healthier life.
Live a better life, absolutely.
Right.
So if you need any help when it does come to childcare and parenting, Rainbow Fleet, always there to help. There is the Rainbow Fleet number. It is 525-3111. They're back every other week with more expert advice for parents who are trying to help raise our little ones here in Oklahoma.
I also have a number for those of you that speak Spanish. That number to call is 405-525-8783.